Hey, Lindsay Banks here, psychic, medium and intuitive, bringing you this week's reading for the collective. Before I start doing the reading, I just want to talk a little bit about Mars retrograde. So Mars went retrograde last Thursday and is there until November 14th. Now, for myself, I've definitely feel the effects of this. Often when planets go retrograde, I might feel little things, but I don't often feel big things. But this Mars retrograde has literally left me feeling wiped, exhausted, tired, and it's bringing stuff up for me that I thought I'd already dealt with. So if there's stuff coming up for you as well, then please know that you're not going through this alone. You know that there are others going through this at the same time, and it's for us to just finish purging. I feel like stuff that we thought we'd already dealt with, but it's asking us to deal with in a different way. So an example of this is that yesterday I bought a book called Silka's Journey, which was about one lady's journey through Auschwitz, and it's the sequel to The Tattooist of Auschwitz, which I had read and felt really inspired's probably the wrong word, but the main character, the guy who was actually the tattooist, just showed such resilience and strength in a time where obviously, it was really difficult, which is probably the biggest understatement, but he just showed resilience and strength. So I thought, I'm going to read this book, and within the first 2 pages I was just sat there with tears streaming down my eyes, as this story was about the woman's journey and about how there was some strong bonds formed quite quickly because of their situation, but then there was other women who were sort of like calling them names and basically sort of like acting, I suppose, out of fear, because they wanted to make sure they didn't starve, they wanted that last piece of bread, etc. So there was stuff coming up for me as I was reading it, and I was just sat there sobbing. So if there's stuff coming up for you during this Mars retrograde, then do reach out, do let us know in the comments below. Sorry for the guinea pigs. Albie's been a bit loud this morning. So let's crack on with the reading. So this week it was interesting because I've got 3 cards which are very similar in nature, and the main message, I'll go through each one, but the main message that I feel around these cards is that regardless of what's going on in the external and the circumstances, it's about how we as individuals can see beauty in our lives and see joy. And this might be in the smallest of things. It might be like, I don't know, baking a lovely cake. It might be, when I go out for a walk, there's 3 beautiful red roses that I see on this very sparse tree, and to me that brings me joy. So that's, I partly feel as if the message is around, even though there's, like I said, all this fear in this external circumstances, how can we as individuals find the beauty around us, and experience that joy in the simple things? So the first card that I got was Passion and Pleasure and Savor Your Life. And again, this one feels like, even though there's restrictions placed on us, it's like, how can we enjoy doing what we want to do? So, even if, unfortunately, if you're in Newcastle, and you've got lockdown, you can play some loud music. The neighbours might complain, but hey ho. You can dance, you can, just, do something that's bringing you joy. You can play music, you can sing, these are really simple things. I'll be squeaking away. These are really simple things that you can do, that are going to bring you joy. And what happens is, when you're doing things that bring you joy, it lifts your vibration, so it takes you out of that fear state. If that's where you're feeling, if you're feeling fear, you're coming from a low vibration and you're maybe feeling a bit negative. But when you go into that moment of, dancing like no one's watching, or singing like no one's listening, like Albie is, then you're bringing these moments of joy into your life, and you're lifting your vibration, which is really important for the planet right now, because you might not think that it's making any difference to anyone else anywhere in the world, but it is. This what's that movie? There's a I mentioned this on Twitter the other day. you know the movie Horton Hears a Who? If you haven't read the book, I think it's Dr. Seuss. But at the end, they all need to sing and they all need to make as much noise as possible in order for this elephant to hear them. And it's only when the smallest boy, who's about 6 or 7, when he joins in, that it makes a difference. Yeah, so you might think, oh, by me dancing's not doing anything, but it's sort of like lifting the vibration around you and with those around you as well. I just brought Albie out because he was making so much noise. So hopefully he'll be a bit quiet now. He's on my lap. Or not. So what it does is it lifts the vibration of not only yourself but those around you, and every single person on the planet who contributes to raising the vibration is really helping the planet move forward. So then we get this card, which is beauty, which is about going within and finding the beauty within yourself, and again noticing the beauty that's around you as well. And I feel like with this card it's about sort of getting creative as well, I feel like in terms of, your home, so looking at your surroundings as well. So what in your house feels beautiful? Is there anything else that you can add which is going to bring you joy every time you look at it? Because if we're going to be spending more times in our house and our home, we don't want to be sat staring at blank walls and looking at things where we think, oh, actually I don't really like that. So look within your home and your internal surroundings at how you can bring yourself more joy. I often buy myself a bunch of flowers every week because I love having flowers in the house, and just seeing the different colours just really brings me, it's like something simple but something that brings me joy. And then again, this one is the Goddess of Beauty, which says, you are a wondrous being of light, there is nothing to change or fix. And again, there's so many butterflies on this card, and butterflies are often indicative of transformation. And I feel like this is just that knowing that, you are where you need to be right now. I just feel like, what do I want to say with this card? It's a bit like just knowing that, okay. So knowing that you don't have to fix anything within you, and that you're not broken, but that you can do things yourself that are going to help yourself and others. Like I said, just these really simple things, like reading a book, like dancing, like singing, skipping down the street if you feel like it, which I am often prone to do as well. I sometimes sing in the street as well. I just do stuff like that because it brings me joy and it makes me feel happy. And if people around me are like, what's she doing? Whatever. It's bringing me joy, it's bringing me happiness. So I do feel, it's like at this moment, there is nothing to change within you. Trust that you have everything that you need within you to get through these sort of, I want to say, like testing times. Asking if there's anything else. I feel like that's it for the minute with that one. And then we'll get Air Guardian, and this card says shift your perception. So again, I feel like this one, it's about moving away from that place of fear, and changing the idea as well that you can't do anything. That's what I'm sort of being told, that rather than sitting there thinking, well, I can't make a difference, I can't make a change, I can't do anything to change what's going on the planet right now, I feel like shifting your perception to be like, actually, there is things that I can do here by myself which is going to make an impact, which is going to make a change. And I think knowing that, it's like, again, it's going back to that other one, isn't it? Knowing that you are like a light being or a being of light, and that there are things that are within your control. So even though there's all these crazy rules and legislation and everything else going on, there's still things that you are in control of. You know, if you have a garden, you can control what you grow in your garden. You can control whether you dance in your garden. You know, you're still in charge and in control of your body right now. So you can dance, you can run, you know, you can exercise, you can make music, you can bring joy to others by, you know, sending them little gifts maybe. You know, doing, like, giving, what's the word? Not doing surprises, you know, like giving people like surprises. Just like, you know, maybe sending someone a bunch of flowers that you haven't seen in a long time because of what's going on. Maybe sending someone a book, maybe sending someone even like a handwritten letter, do you know what I mean? If you haven't written to them in a while. Because even doing like little things like that to you might think, oh, it's silly. But when the person receives it, that's going to lift their vibration as well. It's going to make them smile and it's going to make them feel love. And when we feel love, it's opposite to fear. Okay. So then we'll have this card, which is higher education. I don't know if you can see that one. And in this one, the angel's holding a scroll with a rose. And I feel like this, again, it's to do with learning about your power. This is all I keep getting at the minute. It's learning about how powerful you are as a light being, because we are not just this like physical being, you know, that we can touch. We are energy beings, we are light beings, so there are other things that we can do that's like within our power. I think there's I was watching a YouTube video yesterday with a guy called Ralph Smart. If you haven't seen him, check him out. And he was talking about, you know, how we are sovereign beings, and yeah, we, even though we feel we don't have freedom because of the rules and the regulations that are being imposed on us, in actual fact we still have freedom. You know, we are still sovereign beings. And I feel like there's some learning around that. Just learning about our actual power this week. And then the final card that I got is Sweat Lodge. And this card is all about sort of like, if you see that there's like a fire burning, yeah, so your passion is still there, yeah, your fire is still there, it's still burning regardless of whether you're inside this sweat lodge or if you're outside of it, etc. But the feeling that I get is about going within to, okay, hold on, I'm just asking. It's about, I've got a really funny throat today. It's about going within yourself, and when I say that, I mean like meditating, relaxing, taking time for you, going for long walks, knowing that that fire is still burning and is still there, so when you come back and when you're ready, you can stoke it. That's what I'm being told or being shown. It's like you can stoke the fire and you can make it larger, but sometimes in order for us to really fuel our passion and to really go, I want to say like not guns blazing, but do you know what I mean? To really go forward with that passion, then sometimes we need to take a step back and be like, right, what is it that I need to do next? Where do I need to be? How am I best going to be of service to others? And then come out, stoke the fire's going to grow, yeah? And then I feel like there'll be more light for you to be able to see the way forward. Because for some of us, it feels very much like this, don't bite my wrist, thank you. So for some of us, it feels very much like this period of darkness, like everything's dark around us, yeah? But there's still this light burning. And I feel as if as well, upstairs are saying that this light is present within like so many people around the world, yeah? So this light is there and it's only going to grow bigger, and it's by joining forces with others who are also sort of like my throat's so croaky today, clearing. Yeah, by joining forces with others who you can see that light within them, means you're going to come together and the light's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? So I hope that's not too cryptic. It feels a little bit cryptic this week, the messages, but I do feel definitely this message of beauty, you know, and seeing the beauty in the simple things around us are really going to help us, stop biting me, to withstand, I want to say to like counteract, that's a better word, to counteract any fear, anything you're reading in the papers, anything you're seeing on the news, anything you're seeing on social media. Yeah, it's going to lift your vibration, it's going to help you. Okay, so I'm recording some more videos this afternoon. So I'm recording one about how to detach from the matrix, how to leave the matrix, and I'm also going to be recording another video about a lady called Florence Scovel Shinn. So she was a metaphysics teacher back in the early 1900s, and she wrote several books, all self-published because no one will publish her. And apparently I was her spirit guide back in the early 1900s. So I'm going to read through a channeling as well that she has given me. So keep an eye out for those, and I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week. Okay, take care all, bye.